Jazz, welcome back. We've had a short break and a bit of a recap on our first episode. We were talking about the sort of difference between EAs and SAs and how they integrate themselves into the business, views around how this current climate is going to impact business moving forward, and what some of the top sort of trends are. So in I suppose, moving a little bit forward now, and thinking about some of our sort of previous discussions building up to this, I'd love to kind of understand actually why you really enjoy working with CIOs so much, because you clearly do get a lot of pleasure from it. So, what are the sort of legacies that you like to and you hope to leave once your work's done?
So why do I enjoy working with CIOs, CTOs, etc.? I think we're all humans, right? We're all got common traits. We've all got different traits, and I think if you categorize in sort of two types of persona, one is a deep technology evangelist who've grown through the sort of traditional technology background, development, engineering, and so forth, and then you have other CIOs who have come up from a more business-oriented or strategy background. And the opportunity for me there is, working with either one of them, I can help them fill the other gap and advise them in that space. Now, they're all sort of leaders, they all want to make their mark. And those two components, technology with a business impact and strategy, go hand in hand. So really good that, because I think, if we had somebody who could do everything, then, they would be the richest person in the world. So it's just advising them on, filling some of those gaps, then appreciating what those gaps are and the value it can bring, and really, plugging that together and bringing a compelling proposition to future CEOs, and taking IT and technology forward, as a key part of that business strategy. So that's one reason I enjoy working with them. And there's challenging, and they put challenging demands are placed upon them, and I enjoy that kind of environment, which is a little bit changing and accelerating. The legacy I'd like to leave behind, I think I mentioned in the last series, I don't believe in a business and an IT strategy. They're two separate things. And I think everything is now a business strategy. It always has been, and especially now and going forward, of which technology is the heartbeat of. So the role of the architect and the CTO and the CIO is making sure that business strategy is underpinned and enabled and innovated by technology. We're at the cusp of this fourth industrial revolution, and that is driven purely by digital technology. So we really need to ride that tide and sort of be good with that. So strategy, and also I think culture. We need people to operate in a certain way, in an agile way. I think empowering people, making them feel proud of their work, failing fast, learning quickly, and rewarding them for things that they've learned based on failure to make the organization respond quickly. I think that type of culture does not exist in many places. So I really love to sort of leave that legacy behind. But I do think change, and I think we'll eventually get there.
Yeah, and I suppose picking up on a point that you made there about sort of investment, and naturally some of the steps that these businesses take, they're gonna, they are large sums of money, aren't they? So is there, in your view, is there ever been, or do you feel that there's a direct correlation between what a company spends versus its sort of ROI, or?
Absolutely. The problem is, or the challenge is, tracking that and measuring that. AI, Harvard Business Review saying AI is going to contribute 11.2 trillion pounds to the economy, the global economy in the next 10 years. Virtual and augmented reality, 80 billion by 2025. These are significant figures, which then, dissect down into sort of specific technology capabilities. We've got a number of vendors offering X, Y, Z. Now, I mentioned in the last series a digital technology ecosystem and how an enterprise architect needs to portray that ecosystem. So the first point in your ROI case is sort of having a viable business case that is desirable and also feasible. And the way of doing that is that, an AI capability cannot deliver those benefits, for example, without having good data, having good automation and robotic process automation and machine learning in the background and the infrastructure. And that's why, organizations often, face disappointment when they try and deploy an AI capability because they do it in the absence of everything else. So, that's why an enterprise architect and a CTO really need to make sure that technology ecosystem is in place. And that doesn't happen overnight. You have to build that roadmap. And then as part of that roadmap and the delivery, you need some governance mechanisms. And there's no silver bullet here, Simon, but really just tracking those benefits, measuring them. And, if it was X a million at the outset and it was hundreds of thousands at the end, that's fine. As we are agile with delivering products and solutions to our customers, we also need to be agile and adaptive on our processes, learning and getting better at them. And I think that's a practice that unfortunately not many organizations have at the moment in terms of benefit measuring and tracking. But I'm very passionate about, and it's something I'd sort of take in my pack of cards to any organization. And hopefully, we'll start to be doing better.
Yeah, no, that's really valuable insight into how expectations can be sort of managed. But it's really good to kind of hear your view and take on the situations as well, sort of that will be coming out of the back of this.
Sure.
I mean, just as a bit of a thought, really casting our mind back for the last sort of few weeks, how have you been spending your time sort of during lockdown? Have you had any free time? Or
I've got a 4 and a 2-year-old, 2 young boys running around causing havoc, and it's been challenging in the sense of trying to find productive time from a work perspective and a professional development perspective. But I think, speaking to many people, I think it's just made me evaluate sort of life and really what is really more important. I spent the last 15, 17 years just working away from home and things like that. And, it's been good and I've really enjoyed that. But, I think people and family is so important. So I really enjoyed that and, spending real good quality time with the kids. I've done some professional certification development. So, upskilled in certain areas like scaled agile, lean processes, and some of the technologies like Azure and AWS. And did a bit of DIY. I'm not very good, I must confess. I'm not very good, but I try my best. I'll probably say I'm upskilling there as well. So it's been good on that front. But so I enjoy reading. So after the kids have gone to bed, I enjoy reading and I think with this current pandemic and where we're at, really listening to and seeing how technology can be sort of driving productive changes, not just in the work area, but also in your own life, really sort of, comes to bear. So I think the silver lining to this, really grey cloud that we have is that, the role of the enterprise architects and CTOs, I think, will become more visible because we will be driving that technology ecosystem and making that in. So, it's something that I think CEOs now can dwell upon a little bit and say, well, actually, we didn't realize technology was so important. So, that's a common theme across many leaders right now. Yeah,
and if there are any leaders out there that sort of watch this and want to engage, then comment below, and you can we'll no doubt get back in due course and move things forward from there, really. So Jazz, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much, and we'll no doubt see you soon again.
Thanks, Simon. Appreciate that. Bye-bye.